G'day, mate, and welcome back to Ixion with me, JD, in our field of floating corpses. Today's episode, hoping to get a few things done. We've completed the algae research, but we're short on steel, just because I happened to remove one of the steel mills, and we're spending a lot of steel on repairing, so we've also got that issue that never seems to go away. Today's episode, I'm hoping to get a couple of researches done, also probably going to rearrange all the farms yet again and have a brand new farming sector. Yeah, that's sort of on the list of things to do. Anyway, with that out of the way, can I, as always, I'd love to borrow a like. I'm hoping I'll get to keep the like at the end of the episode because you guys actually enjoyed the episode. At the same time, we're probably going to fly away from the corpses because I want a new scenery to start the episode, because this is getting a little bit morbid. But before we do any of that, the first thing I've noticed is we've finished the Panari technology thingamajiggy-bob, which means we can get a drone jammer. So why not? It's a good way to spend some polymer. We got drone threat analysis. Yes. We've also gone and picked up the science from P42, which is our colony, which we have two choices. We finished our colonization tests. Colonization success rate of planets like P42 are estimated 25%. That's not bad. We could leave you here, or we could just bring you home. I guess we can bring you home. We're trying to get to the promised land, so we're going to bring them home. It means that a ship, the mule, should be doing that.
You can implement a new policy.
Oh, that's right. They don't show up yet because we need to wait 2 cycles for them to show up, and then you'll go collect them. All right. At the same time, we have more things to probe for. There is an event here somewhere-ish. I'll take the iron then. Fine, I'll take the iron. And launch another probe. Oh, there's a bit of ice I missed. We'll grab both those whilst we wait. Okay, steel. We are slowly recovering on steel. We're getting there. We did build the drone bay, so we now have a drone bay in Sector 1, which should definitely help move things around. We're going to unpause the probe launcher so we get it done. We did swap our recycling back to steel because that just pumps out so much steel. We also have too many people in Sector 1, so it's time to mail out the peasants. We're going to go with non-workers. You can hold 30. Sector 1 to Sector 2 have 30. There you go. Sector 3 can have basically nothing. Sector 4 can have 110. Let's just ship out 100 then. Nope. Helps if I actually change the buttons. Yep, just send 100 over there. Yeah, that's fine. And you can have 40 to Sector 5 go, and Sector 6 can have nothing. But that should lower the cap in here enough that we can keep birthing more people. Let me guess, the hospital's broken? Yes, let me head next to the hospital. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's complete this. Yep, 90 colonists to rescue. Great. That moves the cloud a little bit further. I can unavoid you finally, and you're still in the cloud just. We've almost recovered the whole map. All right, we're going to fly gear across the reactor wreckage because, well, it's sort of on the way home. At the same time, I think it's time to move the Tiqqun. I'm sick of, like I said, of the decorations we have outside. Actually, I don't have batteries. I don't have batteries in Sector 6. Let's go fix Sector 6. Okay, Sector 6. What I want to do in this sector is I would like to put in some algae farms. Actually, I'd like to do research. We're going to start with research. So I have the algae farm that's been unlocked. We have the wastewater treatment plant. That'll let us turn our poop into water, which we can then put into our farms, and then we can eat. Yes, this is very important. I'm looking at just quick, easy research. There is mining ships extract 10% extra resource from deposits. We're going to grab that. I'm going to grab that because it's 32 science, which means it's dirt cheap. I don't think I need it in the long run, but I'm going to grab it because we can. At the same time, stockpiles hold 20% more. Medium stockpiles, no. Battery tier 2, yes. Because we just observed that I don't have any room for batteries. Maybe next to fighting drone. Drone bays have a lot of upgrades that I'd really like as well. Also, nuclear power plant. Power's not an issue yet, but we're going to slowly make power worse. All right, food. We have an algae farm. Algae farm is 4x6. Allows the creation of automatic harvesting up to 4 algae plantations using a moderate amount of water to produce a large amount of food. Where they're lying to you a little bit, there is not a moderate to large, blah, 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 blah. The ratio difference between the algae farm and the crop farm is, when it comes to food to water ratio, is pretty bad. The algae farm takes up less space for the amount of food it generates. That's probably its winning characteristic. Oh, wrong button. The other thing I do want to point out is the algae farms. There are 2 more upgrades that will let us do 1 additional plantation each. So my plan is to build them this way across. Yes. So we can do, originally, we can do 4 with 2 upgrades, makes 6. So 1 field, 2 field, 3 field, 4 field, 5 field, 6 field. Turns out the fields are exactly the same size as the actual farms themselves. So my plan is to do this, just straight across. 1, 2, well, that'll let us do 3. 3 by a lot, which I'm pretty sure is going to be enough to feed absolutely everybody we ever encounter in the game. Can I have the remove tool, please? Yes. So we're going to remove all those. I'm going to power all that off, which means I now have how much odd space? I need a road, and I'm looking at a building that's 4x6. Can I have something a little bit longer? Steel mill, 12. So I have 11 tiles. Perfect. Love 11 tiles. So useful 11 tiles is. If I build in 2 roads, I have 12 tiles total. So if I build in 2 roads, that brings me down to 10 tiles. 10 tiles is 2 sets of 5. Maybe. I don't know. We're going to get these done. They're going to require a crap ton of steel. Steel is still sort of an issue. And I don't have a good solution for that. I can't, well, I can rearrange everything in here and whack in some more steel. Okay, if we have you do ice, and you not do ice, then we have you do trash, and you not do trash. That frees up this corner. We already know I don't need a second polymer farm. We just don't use the stuff. We need 110 in this sector so I can, these auto build probes, so I can build lots of probes. That's pretty much about it. So research is done. Let's grab another 36. That's an extra 10% for an extra 30. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Alright, what was the other thing I wanted? I wanted in the research, we have battery tier 2. To get battery 3 tier 3, I need lithium salt for batteries. So we're going to do that. We're just going to max out our batteries as well as we can. And then that should fix some battery problems. Okay, I want to demolish you. Okay, we're going to clear some room in here. We're also going to demolish you. And that'll clear some room in there as well. With bigger batteries. So these are 5x5 and they hold 300 power. This is 3x3 and holds 100 power. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 600 power down here. This would be 300, 600. It's a different footprint. It's not necessarily more compact. It's just a different footprint. Technically, it's slightly more compact per tile, but it basically falls down to being a different footprint. Yeah. Alright. Leaching lasers are done. You are going to do that research. Then we do that research. Health center, I didn't do this because I needed bioelectrics from cell housing. Cell housing requires waste heat recovery from the steel mill. Waste heat recovery requires 27 researchers can reduce the power cost by 2. We're going to get that. I'm not going to have a situation when we run out of workers because we have more than 100 people in the hospital. All right. Okay, so this sector, being sector number 6, we need to have some amount of alloys in here. As we can see, I have alloys now in sector number 2. So we're 50. We'll just start off with 50. We can, sector number 5 is not building anything currently. So we'll add 20, just a little bit to get them started. But yeah, I need to build this. This is going to be step 1. Also, I need to enact a policy in here of waste recycling. That's going to be important because we're going to need to store waste in here somehow. As our farms come out this far, think like waste right there probably is going to work for us. Yeah, and then we can go waste to wastewater treatment plant, which will then give us water, which will then run the farms. Also means that, how's our food? Our food's at 120%, so our food is fine. Also means I can do this, which frees up. You're not going to delete the rest of your farms? You're not going to delete the rest of your farms? Hang on. Hang on. Delete. Yes. There we go. Rest of your farms. 160 steel. 160 steel from one set of farms. That's going to save us an awful lot. Also, I don't need ice in this sector anymore. Ice. 0. So it's going to have to be shipped to Sector 3, which is currently doing our farming and has a lot of ice. In fact... I know we did remove the ice in this sector. Okay. Alright. Well, we're not going to store ice in there. We are going to remove you. And we remove you. And that should tidy things up a little bit. Alright. Where were we? Reactor wreckage. Okay. So, our system located at section the Antanaki, drifting in space. First reports indicate this wreckage was once the ship's engine room and reactors. We've arrived at the site. 2 of the Antanaki's massive reactors remain. Initial reconnaissance revealed 3 places of interest: the thrusters, the engine room, and the engine supervision area. Okay, so I guess we just go through them in order. Analyzed and investigates the thrusters in order to learn more about the mobility of this immense ship. Sure. We're just going to start right there. Why the hell not? Also, probe-wise, we should... There it is. It's right there. Found it. We should throw out the last of the remaining probes and make sure we've sort of covered all our resources. That's done. Oh. Missed a little bit there. Okay, back into here. So if we remove those, that should ship out that steel. You have 88 steel, which sort of means that we're doing well in steel. Can I move? Okay, so I can turn you on. No, not iron. Waste. Yeah, and then we'll undo you waste. I'm just trying to shove everything over a little bit. Just trying to neaten up this corner. There's still steel in here as well, so we have a problem moving the steel out of the sector, which means it's time to hit that button and hit that button, and that should do us. So that means everybody should have a little bit of steel finally. All right, back into here. All right, so I want crops. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the long run. Same here. I want crops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you need to be finished building before I can do something about you. We need this high priority, so we actually have somewhere to store the waste. And that's going to be step number 1. These are fairly cheap as far as steel is concerned. You know, it's only 100, another 100. Yeah. And how is Sector 1 got too many people already? We just mailed them out. Oh, they do. Wow. Okay. In that case, can I get population? We're going to go with cell housing. Just 3 of them, hard up against the wall.
The science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, plug them into the road and they'll get sorted in due course.
A probe
We'll put
has
in
completed its scan.
3 more farms along there. You now have storage for waste.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
That's a lot of notifications back to back. Alright, maintenance. Can I get a storage right here for microchips? Yep, we'll just tick you on for microchips straight away. So I bring microchips out of there. I'll turn you off as well. I'll put in 1 for steel. And also, let's put in the maintenance building, because I'm definitely thinking I'm going to want to move that in the long run. Alright, we have 7 tiles back here to do things with. Now, the batteries are 5 by 5, but research. The bigger batteries, pretty sure are 7 by 7. So I'm thinking a couple of big batteries back here, just to sort of tidy things up, get them out of the way. I will set you for steel. That leaves me plenty of storage over here to actually put in food storage. Okay, and where are we? Science team. Okay. Enter the Mankey steam, capable of achieving two different types of propulsion. The intra-system mode of propulsion has similarities to Dolos EKP. Cross-referencing mission data reveals a number of matches to the encounter near Saturn during Tiqqun's initial test phase. The intra and then inter-system propulsion covers many of the basic operations of the Vol engine. Our team has noted that the remains of numerous accreditation areas, access to knowledge of propulsion modes seem to have been strictly regulated. The two reactors were damaged at the same time as the largest superstructure, and an analysis revealed a trace of Gulen particles. Okay. Alright, into the engine room then. Maybe that has more answers. Okay, I still don't have batteries in this sector because we need that research so we can get some big batteries. At the same time, as soon as you're built, we can ship in some people. And you did... So I need bioelectricity out of you. At the same time, we're going to get the Nihil cell protocol, which means we can collect waste from the cell housing. Cell housing produces a lot of waste. Can be very handy. Alright, shipping. We're going to ship... how many do you hold? You hold 162. We're going to ship in 162. Sector 1 to Sector 6. Non-workers, 162. Done. Okay, so that should fix our housing problem back in the first sector. Second sector, we've cleaned up this stuff. I now have access to those bigger batteries. We're going to remove this, and I'm also actually going to remove that guy, because I'm going to move him down here. This should leave me enough room in this top corner to put in a factory, a second steel mill. Yes, with plenty of room to spare. Plenty of room to spare. Okay, now, where were we? We're back in here. So these are being built, and now they're not going to actually be built, or have steel delivered, until one, I have steel available, and two, these are turned on. So I need to keep that in mind, that I need to actually come back here and turn these on. Research, we did complete big batteries. So I'm going to put in, we're going to go with 2 big batteries to start with. These are going to need microchips, so they're a little bit more expensive. And that is me 5 tiles? 5 tiles. I don't know what we're going to do in 5 tiles. Oh, actually, it's a food vessel. You're a 4x6. What do I have that's a 4x stability? 5x6. That's unfortunate. 4x4x4x4x4x4x. I guess I should have a house in there. Yeah, no, I think food. I think we shove food in there. It's gonna fill the gap. Not perfectly, but reasonably well. Cool. We'll shove that in there as well. We'll give you a 1-tile road. At least then you connect into the road. Also means I can clear up this. I can remove the workshop, which I could do, except we don't have enough steel. It's not a matter of building speed. It's a matter of steel speed. So we'll leave that for right now. All right, back to the science crew. Engineering engines were not supported by a PA or even a basic AI. Instead, the crew members were constantly monitoring, adjusting, and repairing the engines and thrusters. Their living conditions were extremely precarious, and it would seem many of them were either prisoners or rejects of the population on board the Emaneki. Oh, okay. UN was not as nice as you think they were. Traces of writing were found within some dormitory cells, referring to genetic Conatus and the Ashigatis. The records of serious breakdowns before the final explosion. Crew members would work waist-deep in coolant, some dying whilst performing their tasks with the toxic substance. Those who refused were executed by their supervisors. Oh, wow. The UN was not nice at all. Okay, let's go to the next one. Wow. All right. Probes. Did I get everything down here? Oh, no. Iron, silicon, done. Anything else? Yeah, some hydrogen, some ice there, and is that it? That looks. Oh. There we go. It's handy having a couple of probes, just be able to launch them back to back to back. Alright, so that should fix this problem. I don't have food storage here yet, but that's fine. We'll do food storage eventually. You're already you're pre-configured for microchips, which means that one will empty, so then we can remove you. I don't need this housing anymore. We have +2, but I don't have most people in domotic housing, so we can remove that anyway. You're now done as well. We can remove that. Steel is technically done.
Probe has completed its scan.
Yeah, we can remove you too. Okay, and research. Alright, I am definitely at the point where we need medium stockpiles. Because we're probably going to need them for this food district. On top of that... What?
A science ship team has completed a task.
Oh. Why did I research that one for? What do I need bioelectricity for? Alright, what I need? I needed post desynchronization in the Frosticles chamber. Alright, we'll get the Frosticles chamber upgraded. We also had to get a steel... So this is 13 iron now produces 15 alloy, but it's not any faster. This is 10 iron for 15 alloy, not any faster. This is power cost reduced by 4. We're going to do that because power is slowly becoming a concern. That number's getting smaller and smaller. Alright, we now have more than enough battery to make it at least 5 sectors, or 5 cycles. So we're going to go for a scenery change. I like 51. 51's green. It reminds me of home. It looks like a gas giant, but, you know, we'll head over there. Finally leave the wreckage behind. Not that it was overall affecting happiness. Where are we? Happiness. Yep, we're still... Oh, Sector 2's down to 0. Because I removed all the happy buildings? Yes, I removed some of the happy buildings. Where are we going to put your happy building? We're going to put your happy building back in here, right? Or sideways? Probably just front on. Actually, can I get a hull temple in here? Hang on. Factories. Steel mill. Sideways. If I move you 4 tiles to fit a hull temple, I like that idea. It's more things I need to rip up, but, you know, we'll find some use for the steel. Stability.
The probe has completed its scan.
So you are 8, and the factory itself is 9. So maybe that, then the hull temple? Sure. Can I also rip up that, and that then? Yeah, it's more steel to go into more construction projects. Okay, number 6. We're going to turn on... There's so much power. We're going to turn on that. That way that one can start getting steel. And also I want to redirect this road probably to there. You don't have water, that's fine. And... Okay, back out to here. Probes. Because we hit a little probe there. Oh, I saw something. Come on, where were you? Yeah, some ice there. I saw hydrogen somewhere as well. Oh, silicon. Silicon is actually one I wouldn't mind. Because silicon, it's fairly... You don't get a lot. And it's used in microchips. Now, we don't have a shortage of microchips at all. I think that's everything. Okay. Wait. We were reactor. Okay.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
That's never good. Engine supervised area was mainly occupied by those ranked. Some had time to enter cryopods before the apparent depressurization of the area. Analysis of the remaining computer infrastructure indicates their directives were merciless towards the engine room workers. They were treated as expendable outcasts. There were traces throughout the entire supervisory district of hacking attempts. All ship computers, dedicated engines, and reactors were compromised, preventing the Anunnaki from maneuvering and causing power failures throughout the superstructure. Gear's team managed to extract remnants of computer protocols that were used to do this. These fragments of code point towards an author at the BMS. Relevant data has been sent to the Tiqqun's lab for more detailed analysis, which gives me a new event, Pirate.
The electromagnetite has passed through the CRUC system, and the Tiqqun is still online.
Well, that's
Congratulations,
nice.
Administrator.
I even get a pat on the back. I like pats on the back. Thanks. Which should not give us a research. I was expecting a research. Okay. We have an event over here. There we go. We have data to analyze the Penasari hacking protocols. The sort of research project can now be launched in the tech lab. This should allow us to set up computer protection systems to reduce any impact of digital attacks. Great. Hacking threat analysis upgrade unlocked for the Penasari. Great. So back into here. Into here. There we go. Hacking threat analysis. We can add that to the queue. We can also get the instant sterilization for the health center, so they get back to work 10% faster. And we're still waiting for this to get ripped up. Okay, back to Sector 6. So this is going in slowly, and that road can go away. Great. And I don't have... I thought we did. Didn't do me.
An accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
Obviously, I replaced it. Okay, so with that done, we can now get gear to come over to Croc P51 or the docking bay. No, I think 51. I think we'll start with 51. Yeah, it's sort of like on the way. Okay, so that's the hacking technology. And I definitely want medium stockpiles. They're a little bit more efficient, not a lot more efficient, but they hold more stuff. Also, power cost of the hull temple reduced to 1. Get that as well. We don't have that many hull temples, but they use 7 power. If I can cut down their power, sounds like a deal to me. Okay, we have room for 1, 2, and a bit storages. Okay, and you're being built, so as soon as you're done, you turn that one off. I'm going to turn that one on. That way you get that one built. You packed up. You have ice. And I need to turn that one. It's up to 0. Yeah, I need to somehow clear the ice out of here, which probably means turning that off. Probably. Okay, and we need to spend steel fast. So, let's turn you on as well. How much steel am I asking for in this sector? Let's crank that up just a little bit. Okay, let's go look at P51. Probe launch has been disabled in sector. Oh, yeah, thanks. Of course it has. No, those probes are still on the way. No. We need to wait for those two to hit. Alright, P51. Alright, our probe has registered some interesting environmental data on P51. Primary analysis revealed conditions similar to those found in terrestrial seabed. These conditions may prove conducive to existence of life. This is the crew of the gear. P51's atmosphere is extremely high gas concentration. We're navigating through an almost semi-liquid environment. There is tremendous pressure is putting the resistance of our suits to the test. Having reached the core, we're prepping for a sortie out towards what appears to be a collection of geysers, the area that provided the environmental data. So we have perform an intrusive analysis. The atmosphere is extremely dense. The team will have to make adjustments to the explosives so they don't compromise samples or the success of the mission. That sounds like a bad idea. There's always the temporary study center and the advanced study center. Time has proven again that we should always do the advanced. We've always done the advanced previously. It's never caused us an issue. Let's go with advanced. We're going to send over... Well, normally we'd send the mule. We're going to send the mule. Currently they're trying to do cryopods, but like we have... Well, that says 110. But realistically, Sector 1, there's 250 here. So we are over that magic 250 limit. And that's why I'm loath to get larger storage upgrades, because there is a chance we might go over our limit and have too many in here and bad things would happen. We also have too many people again? Can we just take some and throw them out the airlock? Okay. Alright, you're done, you're half done. I don't have medium storage yet. And... okay. This sector still doesn't have a plan. This sector is ripping up these one at a time. This sector's trying to get rid of the ice. Technically, that means I can also turn you off. Water's got nowhere to go.
An accident has occurred in the
Yeah, I
Tiqqun.
could turn one of these off and turn that one on instead. At least it would burn through the ice. And actually, these are all full of steel as well. Perfect. All right, so we actually have too much steel. This sector, sector 6. Yeah, so this is what happens. No steel to too much steel. If we have recycling doing steel, it's just too much. It just stacks up far too fast. We still have... Nope, wrong one. Wrong one again. We still have waste recycling in this sector. We obviously have waste recycling in this sector because I can store the stuff. Okay, if we turn on this sector and have it start doing our food, if we do that, it means this sector can be done and this sector can be done. This sector is going to go heavy into recycling, like heavy into recycling. This sector would have no use at all. Which means I don't know what we're going to do with it at all. It's the thing, we're at the point where I have too much space. I have too much space. My limitation is actually building speed, not anything else. Okay, I need to have medium. Yeah, I need to have medium storage. Okay, so at the very minimum, let's put a. Actually, no. Let's fire this up. All right, so waste treatment setup. Actually, no, shipping. Waste. Max. Okay, so this is sector number 6. So we want export to 6, high priority. High priority. High priority. High priority. You don't deal with waste yet. Okay, we want to make sure the waste comes here. Okay, now, with 50 waste, you can activate water compensation for the entire sector for 1 cycle. Compensation remains active as long as the building is powered. So with this turned on, it means that this little water tank here magically fills up. When it's magically full, it means I have extra hours. Can I turn that off? Okay. How many people do we need? Fine, how's a whole lot? Let's go with sector 1 to 6. Workers 100. Migrate. Okay, that's a start. All right. Once, see, water container magically full, which means these can all just run. Also, the algae farms harvest every 5 cycles, whereas the crop farms are every 10 cycles, which means we're always yo-yoing up until you sort of get the whole system back up, where you had no farm, and then 10 cycles later you had a lot of food, and then you had no food, and then a lot of food. It was always back and forth. Has that transferred to
Population transfer complete.
Done? Okay, so with that done, we should be fine. We're going to throw in another storage right here with the plan to put a medium storage right beside it once that's done. We have drone bays. Drone bays are how wide? They're 8. And population, they are also 8. Okay, so I'd be better off looking at maybe a drone bay over here or something. Also, maybe a second hospital? Like, you don't need to, but if people are going to have boo-boos all the time and cause my hospitals to go offline, maybe a second hospital. It still leaves me all this room here for activities. Can I do food? That's like a lot of room for activities. A lot of room for a lot of activities. I don't know what the activities are and how much battery we have. We have 7.1. Which means I wouldn't mind extra battery power as well. Okay, so I'm going to remove you. Yeah, we're going to get rid of you. You're an instant dismantle because you were the one that was free. We're going to run a road from there to there. With that done, I think definitely health center, which is 38 people with the... Oh, that's not active yet. Can we turn on intense working hours, please? Yes. Okay. So with that done, we're going to remove that there, which means I'm going to put in health center right here. Oh, no, hang on. Oh. Remove the health center. Okay, we're going to put in a health center here. Now, I have 7 tiles across the front of this build. What do I need in this sector? Happiness. We don't have one of these yet. Well, that logically goes there or there. No, it doesn't go there. It didn't go there because it didn't fit. It should have gone there. Space. No maintenance. Drone bay. So I can't put the drone bay there because that'll block off all of that housing. I could put one of these here with a road between the two of them. And then I still need to get a road in on this side, which then needs stability. One of these, you're exactly 6 tiles. If I rotate you, you stick out too far, right? Yeah. If I put you there, that gives me a 3 by 5. What's 3 by 5? Nothing. That was 3 by 6, and we don't even need that anyway. Food, you're a 4 by 6. Stability, if I put that in over there, then I still have 3 by 5, which doesn't help. And you won't fit on this side of the road. I still have all this space here, but I want to try and maximize what we have before we start wasting it. I can't even fit in a house. Oh, because it'll block off path to this actual house. I don't have extra tiles over here at all. Factories are useless to me. Space is useless to me. Maintenance 6 by 6. That gives me 2 tiles. I can run the path behind. Okay, no, we're gonna run a path through here, a path through here. We're going to face you the other way, just on the off chance, because we already know... Well, actually, we can just... I'm going to face you that way, because I know that path is going to stay there. That's guaranteed. Okay, so then I have this area here that I still need to get a road into this house, which we're going to assume is going to be that one, because that just seems like the shortest. A 5x5 battery! There we go. We found a use for it. In the end, it took a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, a little bit of tinkering, but we found a spot. Okay. All right. Science. Crack 51. Okay. Discovered unusual bacteria formations in the guises of P51. The bacteria are not only capable of arranging amino acids, but also utilizing geyser emissions as binding agents. Ooh. They restructure mineral deposits and carve out basins around the geysers. Further groups of bacteria were found within these basins. We've named the bacteria Myers, and we'd like to carry out further behavioral analysis. Sure. Conduct further tests on the Meyer bacteria. Sounds reasonable? Sure. Go nuts. Okay, back out to here. All right, so this is going to get all that done. That's going to spend a whole bunch of stuff. I still don't have the medium batteries because they're still being researched. Oh, shit. That's a lot of power. Turn that off. Okay, power is a giant issue. You could be turned off. So we're out of ice in this sector, right? Ice 0. Okay, all right. So that means I can remove you, and we can remove you. Great. Power disappeared in a hurry. Okay. Food should now be 100% sorted. I have food for 261.4% of people with just this running. So we are going to come back to here, and I'm going to turn that that, and that. Just to confirm, we have food for 150%. Okay, which means I'm going to turn that on, and what we're going to do is we're going to set up these ships to no longer get ice. The catch is I have 300 ice here, plus a whole bunch of ice here, there, and everywhere that I need to process first before we can move on to the new farms. So technically, I want to turn this off, which does free up a whole bunch of power. Also, oh crap, that's a lot of power. Okay, we found out where most of our power went. All right, we need to look at power saving measures. All right, waste treatment center. I can get waste consumption costs reduced by 25 and power costs reduced by 50%. I need the ice preparation workers and the fusion stations required to unlock this up, which is this one. 15 ice and produce 48 water. That's the last research I want. But okay, good to know. All right, well, let's click the science first, just in case. Just in case. Power's going to be a big issue. Okay. Majority of the Maya bacteria live inside the geyser tube. Smaller groups do exist externally that appear to have been excluded. Ooh. Samples from within the geyser reveal that organized society is not able to propagate with other types of bacteria, but also use what can only be described as tools exchanged via versicular transfer. Okay, I believe that's transferred like fluid transfer. We theorized the bacterial language, and with the help of PA, sent a message to the colony through appropriate stimuli. They responded. The colony has proposed that to follow us on an expedition to the Tiqqun. This will be a monumental undertaking, as a single human cycle corresponds to several hundred of theirs. We've determined that the best way to transport the bacteria would be to settle a small colony within the respiratory tract of one of the crew. Perhaps an extreme method, but will provide the ideal conditions for the bacteria. An intelligent and aware species. This will certainly surely open the way for new perspectives. Okay. With that done, we are ending this episode here. I'm not even going to show you what the choices are. No, we'll show you what the choices are. Authorize transport or leave. Okay. All right, we are going to come back. We're going to come back in the very next episode, and we are going to check this one out and see what happens. But with all that said, I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. Down in the comment section below, place your bets. Place your bets. Whether if we authorize the transportation of the bacteria in somebody's respiratory airways, what the chances are of people actually surviving or leaving. Leaving sounds like a good idea, but you know, big risk, big reward. Maybe there'll be 1,000 signs waiting for us. I don't know, but I do need to leave this episode here. As I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the very next episode. Bye.